That nagging feeling that the world is working against you. What if I told you the problem isn't out there? It's that you're literally seeing in the dark, and there's a light switch you don't know you have. Here's what I mean. We can't truly see anything clearly because we're trying to perceive from darkness, our own mental fog of assumptions, judgments, and past conditioning. The light we need to see clearly isn't outside us waiting to be discovered. It's already within us. And learning to access it changes everything we think we know about reality. Think about it. We've been trying to navigate life wearing sunglasses in a dark room, convinced the problem is that the world is too dim. Those sunglasses, they're every assumption, worry, and judgment we layer onto what we see. We keep stumbling around, bumping into furniture, blaming the room for being poorly designed. But the room was never the problem. Let me paint you a picture you've probably lived. You're in a meeting where your colleague makes a comment that instantly triggers you. Maybe they question your approach to a project, or they take credit for something you contributed to. Your face flushes, your mind races with defensive thoughts, and you spend the next hour, maybe the next day, crafting the perfect comeback. But here's where it gets interesting. You're replaying the scene over and over, each time adding more evidence to support your interpretation. They're undermining you. They don't respect your work. They're trying to make you look bad. Your body stays activated, stress hormones flooding your system, as if you're still in that moment of perceived attack. Then something shifts. Maybe it's exhaustion, maybe it's a moment of clarity, but you catch yourself mid-spiral and realize something strange. You're not actually responding to what they said. You're responding to the story your mind immediately wrote about what they meant, why they said it, and what it says about you. This is the moment you realize you're wearing those mental sunglasses I mentioned. Every interaction, every experience gets filtered through layers of past hurts, future worries, and present insecurities. We're not seeing our colleague, we're seeing our projection of what threatening people have meant in our past. We're not hearing their words, we're hearing echoes of criticism we've internalized over years. It's exhausting, isn't it? This constant mental commentary, this endless analysis of what everything means, this perpetual state of defense against threats that exist mainly in our interpretation. We're trying so hard to see clearly, to understand, to protect ourselves, but all that effort is actually making everything darker. Here's what we miss. Darkness isn't something we can fight our way out of. You can't remove darkness by analyzing it, arguing with it, or even understanding it better. Darkness is simply the absence of light, and this changes everything about how we approach our inner struggles. When you stop trying to figure everything out from your limited perspective and let that inner clarity emerge, something remarkable happens. Let's go back to that meeting for a moment. When you catch yourself in the spin cycle of interpretation and defense, and you simply pause, not to analyze further, but to step back from the whole mental machinery, the charge begins to dissolve. Not because the situation changed, not because you discovered the right interpretation, but because you stopped seeing it through the dark filter of your assumptions. In that space of stepping back, even for a moment, something else becomes possible. A different kind of seeing, one that doesn't need to defend, doesn't need to be right, doesn't need to craft the perfect response. This isn't about positive thinking or reframing. It's about recognizing that the clarity we're seeking isn't something we have to create or locate or earn. It's already here, always has been, waiting beneath our constant mental chatter, like a clear sky that's always present above the clouds, even when we can't see it. The profound relief comes when we realize we don't have to figure everything out from our limited viewpoint. We don't have to correctly interpret every interaction, anticipate every outcome, protect ourselves from every possible hurt. That's the exhausting work of trying to see in darkness while wearing sunglasses. Instead, we can learn to recognize when we're caught in our mental commentary and simply pause. Not to think better thoughts, but to let thinking settle for a moment. Not to see more clearly, but to stop trying so hard to see. In that pause, in that moment of not doing, the natural light of awareness has space to emerge. And here's the beautiful part. When that inner light illuminates our experience, even briefly, we see that our colleague wasn't attacking us. They were just speaking from their own concerns, their own pressures, their own limited view. We see that the meeting wasn't a battlefield. It was just people trying to navigate complexity together, each wearing their own set of mental sunglasses. This isn't a one-time realization. It's a practice, a gradual recognition that happens again and again. Each time we notice ourselves straining to see through our interpretations, we have a choice. Keep the sunglasses on and try harder, or pause and let them slip just a little. The light that makes true seeing possible isn't something exotic or mystical. It's the simple clarity that knows the difference between what actually happened and the story we're telling about it. It's the awareness that can hold our reactions with compassion rather than believing them completely. It's the part of us that remains undefended because it knows there's nothing that can truly threaten who we really are. When we stop trying to navigate from our frightened, limited perspective, when we take off those mental sunglasses even for a moment, the world doesn't change. But our entire experience of it transforms from struggle to ease, from defense to openness, from isolation to connection. The light was always there. We just needed to stop trying so hard to see in the dark. If you're finding value here, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. And now, let's shift into a quiet guided meditation together. Let yourself settle into this moment. Find a position where your body can be at ease. Allow your eyes to close gently. Take one deep breath, just to arrive here fully. Now let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. No need to control it. Notice any tension you're holding. In your shoulders perhaps. Your jaw, your hands. You don't need to change anything. Just notice. Feel the weight of your body resting. The chair or cushion supporting you, the ground beneath. In this moment, there's nothing to figure out, nothing to defend against, nothing to achieve. If thoughts arise, and they will, let them pass like clouds across the sky. You don't need to follow them. Return gently to the feeling of breath moving in and out. Notice the space around the thoughts, the quiet awareness that sees them come and go. This awareness doesn't judge, it doesn't analyze. It simply notices. Feel how restful it is to stop trying so hard to see, to understand, to protect. Like taking off sunglasses you forgot you were wearing. The relief of discovering there's already enough light. Rest here in this natural clarity. Nothing to add. Nothing to remove. Just this gentle awareness. Just this moment. When you're ready, take a slightly deeper breath. Feel your body here. The space around you. Open your eyes softly when it feels right. Carry this gentle clarity with you. Thank you for spending this time in practice. A free digital ACIM resource is linked in the description if you'd like it. And if you wish, you're welcome to comment. I am grateful. Thank you for taking this time to simply be here with us. Remember, that inner light, that natural clarity, it's always available. You don't need to earn it or find it. Sometimes all we need is to pause long enough to let it emerge. Be gentle with yourself today.